step back in time as experts unearth a dance floor in Russia, uncovering a tangled web of Napoleonic secrets. Join us as we delve into the mystery and discover the hidden history buried beneath the surface. But before we delve deeper, here's a quick knowledge test. When did Charles-Étienne César Gudin de la Sablonniere's remains return to France? Share your answers in the comments below. Here we begin. Charles-Étienne César Gudin de la Sablonnière was a French general who served during the French Revolutionary Wars and the Napoleonic Wars. He was born on February 13, 1768, in Montargis, France, to a noble family. Gudin attended the military school of Brienne, and in October 1782, he joined the King's Guard as a gendarme. In September 1784, he joined the Régiment d'Artois as a sub-lieutenant. Between January 1791 and January 1793, Gudin was stationed in the Saint-Domingue garrison as a lieutenant. He was appointed to several positions as a general staff officer in the Army of the North, then of the Rhine and Moselle. At the beginning of 1799, he was promoted to brigadier general and was given a command during the Swiss campaign. The following year, he participated in the battles of Stein, Stockach, Meeskirch, Memmingen, Hochstadt, and Neuberg. At the Battle of Auerstadt, Gudin's division was the first major formation to enter the fray and bore the brunt of the fighting, resulting in 40% casualties, including Gudin himself, who was seriously injured. However, despite his injury, he played a crucial role in forcing the town of Kustrin to surrender and played an important part in the battles of Pultusk and Eylau. In recognition of his military achievements, Gudin was appointed as Count of the First French Empire in 1808 and subsequently appointed as governor of the renowned castle of Fontainebleau the following year. In 1812, Gudin was given command of a division of the 2nd Grand Armée and was once again called to action during the Battle of Valutino, where he was struck by a cannonball while fighting against Russian troops near Smolensk in Russia. His leg was amputated, but unfortunately, he developed gangrene and passed away 3 days after the battle. Gudin's heart was removed and buried in a chapel in the Père Lachaise cemetery in Paris as a mark of respect and honor. Recovery of remains. On July 6, 2019, a team of archaeologists led by French historian Pierre Malinowski made an incredible discovery in a park in central Smolensk. They uncovered a coffin containing skeletal remains that showed signs of trauma consistent with the historical account of Charles-Étienne César Gudin de la Sablonniere's death during the Battle of Valutino. The remains had indications of amputation and injury on one leg, and the wounded one, which is what Gudin had suffered. The find was confirmed to be Gudin's through DNA testing, which matched that of his brother Pierre César Gudin, a Napoleonic general. The discovery of remains of Napoleon's one-legged general was found under the Russian dance floor. An incredible discovery was made in an unlikely location beneath the foundation of a dance floor in Russia. An international team of French and Russian archaeologists uncovered the remains of General Charles-Etienne Gudin, one of Napoleon Bonaparte's most trusted and respected generals, who had lost his leg in battle more than 200 years ago. General Gudin had fought alongside Napoleon during the failed French invasion of Russia in 1812. The excavation occurred in Smolensk, a city located approximately 250 miles, 400 kilometers, west of Moscow. General Gudin's death at the age of 44 on August 22, 1812, was a significant loss for the French army, and he was honored with a number of tributes and memorials. His name was inscribed on the famous Arc de Triomphe in Paris, and a bust of him was placed at the Palace of Versailles. A street in Paris was also named in his honor, as a tribute to his service and sacrifice. His heart was removed from his body and placed in a chapel at the Père Lachaise cemetery in Paris. The researchers who made the discovery under the dance floor in Russia have stated that several pieces of evidence led them to believe that the skeleton they found belonged to General Charles-Etienne Gudin. In addition, the researchers have stated that Gudin and Napoleon Bonaparte had a close personal relationship, as they had known each other since childhood, both having attended the military school in Brienne, located in France's Champagne region. Upon hearing of Gudin's death, Napoleon is said to have cried and ordered that his friend's name be engraved on the Arc de Triomphe, a testament to his deep admiration and respect for Gudin. The records from the 1812 Russian invasion indicate that Gudin sustained injuries in a battle requiring amputation of his left leg below the knee. The skeleton found under the dance floor was missing the left leg and showed evidence of injury to the right leg, which is consistent with the historical records of Gudin's injuries. This lends credibility to the notion that the remains belong to Gudin. Furthermore, the researchers have stated that it is with a high degree of probability that the remains found belong to an aristocrat and a military veteran of both the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. This claim is supported by the fact that Gudin was a high-ranking general in Napoleon's army and had a distinguished military career. The discovery of General Charles-Etienne Gudin's remains is a historic moment, not just for the French historian and archaeologist Pierre Malinowski, who played a role in the discovery, but also for the two countries involved, France and Russia. Malinowski stated that Napoleon Bonaparte was one of the last people to see Gudin alive, making the discovery of his remains particularly important. Additionally, Gudin is the first general from the Napoleonic period to be found, making this discovery a significant one for researchers and historians. To confirm the identity of the remains, researchers plan to conduct DNA testing on the skeleton. This will allow them to determine with certainty whether the remains belong to General Gudin. Furthermore, Gudin has living descendants, making DNA testing even more meaningful. It is worth noting that Gudin is not the only French fatality recently found in Russia. Earlier this year, scientists conducted a virtual facial reconstruction of a man in his 20s who died during the 1812 invasion of Russia and was killed by a saber wound to the face. This highlights the ongoing efforts of researchers and historians to uncover and understand the history of the Napoleonic period, particularly the events surrounding the failed French invasion of Russia. Remains returned to France. 2 years later, on July 13, 2021, Gudin's remains were repatriated back to France and received by the French Minister of Veterans Affairs, Geneviève Darusset. The minister presided over a ceremony to honor the memory of the fallen general. Upon his passing, Emperor Napoleon penned a heartfelt letter of condolence to Countess Gudin, in which he expressed his deep sorrow for her loss and acknowledged that the loss was also great for him. This rare letter is featured on the website of the Napoleon Foundation. In 2021, the bicentenary of Napoleon's death, it is fitting to remember and honor the contributions of the generals who served alongside him. Christian Bourdelle, president of the Paris Napoleon 2021 Association, will be present at a ceremony to pay tribute to one such general, accompanied by 50 extras dressed as grognards, the loyal soldiers of the empire. The event serves as a reminder of the impact Napoleon and his generals had on history and the significance of their contributions in shaping the world we know today. Unfortunately, due to tensions between France and Russia, plans for a larger ceremony involving officials from both countries were cancelled. On December 2, 2021, Gudin's remains were finally laid to rest in the Hôtel des Invalides, marking the anniversary of the French victory at the Battle of Austerlitz. This is all about the massive Napoleonic mystery. And the answer to our question is the 13th of July, 2021. Subscribe for more.